All right, so everybody just settle down, close your eyes, and relax. Just become very comfortable and gently bring your focus to your breath. Inhaling deeply through your nose and exhaling slowly through your mouth, allowing yourself to relax. Feel the room around you in your mind's eye. Feel the surface that you're sitting on and just notice where all your body is in contact with the surface that it is touching. And as you do that, just notice how you have suddenly started to notice the weight of your body. Keep breathing in and out, noticing the temperature of air as you breathe in and as you breathe out. You will feel this in your throat, in your nostrils, that the air is a little cooler when we inhale and slightly warmer as you exhale. Just notice if your body has any kind of stiffness or tension, and just release it, allow it to go each time you exhale. And with each in breath, become more and more present in this moment, right here, right now. Just simply notice all of your thoughts which are coming to your mind, and without engaging with them or worrying about why your mind isn't still yet. Just let them gently pass away. And with your next inhale, I want you to gently move your attention to your throat area, in and around your neck, your throat region, and simply notice how this place of your body feels for you today. And as you bring your attention to your throat area, just simply notice what thoughts or memories, visions or experiences are coming up for you. Keep breathing in gently and breathing out, maintaining and holding your attention in the throat region of your body. And as you keep your attention here, just gently scan through or notice how this place feels like. Is it supple or stressed? Is it free or tightened? And just notice if you see any kind of color or texture. Does it have a temperature or density of any kind? And just also notice, is the passage between your heart space and your throat clear, or it has some sort of obstruction or hindrances? Just simply notice. And just know that whatever it is that is coming up for you is perfect and accurate. There is no way that you will have to change it into something else. All we're doing right now is just tuning in into this space of the throat chakra and just witnessing how is it today. And notice if you feel any sort of lumps in your throat right now, or the need to swallow your saliva. And now just bring back all of those memories into your awareness, all of those times when you held yourself back from speaking your truth. Bring back all those memories and experiences where you could not communicate with clarity. All those memories and experiences where you suppressed your own voice because you either felt it was not important or that it would hamper the peace. Because all that you have been holding on, suppressing from speaking or communicating hampers the health of the throat chakra, the Vishuddha chakra. And also notice all of those times when you overshared, all of those times when you were so angry that you just said certain things which were not from a place of compassion. And in this moment, also notice if your body has a response to the unpleasant memories and the experiences you are now bringing into your awareness. And now simply bring into your awareness all those memories and experiences when you were able to say what you felt, you were able to speak your heart, spoke your truth, and communicated with clarity and honesty. And now notice how your body feels when you express yourself with absolute clarity and speak your own truth. As you bring to mind these memories and experiences, when your voice was open and words could flow easily, take a deep breath in and gently exhale through your mouth. Observing this loving, gentle awareness. And now just simply visualize or imagine a ray of light coming from the sky and entering the top of your head. Allow this light to enter your body from the top of your head and let it reach the throat chakra space, the space of the Vishuddha chakra, and let it fill it with its gentle healing light. And as this light enters your throat chakra space, just simply observe how is the flow of light feel for you. Is it flowing freely in all areas? Or is it having a little bit of difficulty in some areas? And allow the light to move freely to any other part of your body and your energy that it intends to heal for you today. Allow thoughts, memories to come and go without wanting to change them. And let the light heal and cleanse the throat chakra from inside and out, and also heal and cleanse any part of your energy or your body where you hold yourself back from feeling, experiencing, and speaking your truth. Let it take it all away, cleanse it, and balance it. Show your gratitude to the light as it now goes back to its source. And notice how this space of the Vishuddha chakra or the throat chakra feels now. Notice if you have any bodily sensations in your throat or anywhere else. Be in gratitude of your body and your energy and the awareness that you just created by simply noticing and focusing in the chakra space. Take a deep breath in and gently exhale through your mouth. See the room around you in your mind's eye. Notice the surface that you're sitting in or on. Move your fingers a bit and wiggle your toes. Coming back in this moment, right here, right now. Bring your hands together, rub them for a little while. You can either place them on your throat or your eyes. And you can open your eyes whenever you're ready. Thank you. Have some water if you want, and then we can start sharing your experiences. Okay, who wants to go first?
या सुगंधा
भाई भूल जाऊंगी इसलिए मैं बता दूं। शुरू में तो जैसे बोलना शुरू किया ना थ्रोट चक्र का है, तो मेरे को पता नहीं क्यों ब्लू तो दिमाग में घूम ही रहा था, क्योंकि ये थ्रोट चक्र का एरिया है, ब्लू ब्लू। तो आई कुड फील कि ब्लू कलर कुछ ना कुछ स्प्लैशेस आ रहे थे। फिर द मोमेंट यू सेड कि यहाँ पे क्या, तो मुझे वैसे ही यहाँ पे ना पूरा ऐसे लग रहा था नेक इज कवर्ड, आउटसाइड इट इज कवर्ड विद ब्लू कलर एंड इनसाइड आई कैन सी वाटर। वो पूरा अंदर से पानी से ही भरा हुआ था। उसके बाद फिर मेमोरीज की पॉइंट आया, तो मेमोरीज में मुझे सिर्फ और सिर्फ पूरा ना 20 इयर्स पूरा फ्लैशबैक दिख गया कि कहाँ पे क्या है, मतलब कहाँ पे नहीं बोला, कहाँ पे नहीं बोलना था, या जो वट एवर यू सेड, तो वही सब चीजें फ्लैशबैक आ रही थी। एट द एंड मैं इतना उसमें हो चुकी थी, तो फिर मुझे उसके बाद यही था कि द डन, वट एवर इज डन। एंड उसके बाद मैं उसी में बिजी थी, मतलब वट एवर इज डन। हेलो। हाँ। तो उसके बाद तो वट एवर इज डन। उसके बाद फिर स्प्लैशेस आने लगे कि फिर मैं ब्लू कलर इतना ज्यादा दिख रहा था, मतलब ऐसे नहीं था, जैसे कलर्स वेव फॉर्म में आ रहे थे, बस ब्लू आ रहा है, जैसे ऐसे आ रहा है, ऐसे आ रहा है, कुछ भी स्टैटिक, कुछ भी कांस्टेंट नहीं दिखाई दे रहा था मुझे। इट वाज ऑल ओवर। जब मेडिटेशन शुरू कर रहे थे तो ये कलर्स दिख रहे थे, तो मुझे एकदम से ना माय फेस वाज स्टार्टेड बर्निंग, पूरा पसीना भी आ गया था, प्रॉपर स्वेटिंग होने लगी थी, और सिर्फ इतने से आर्म्स में मेरे को स्वेट गर्म लग रहा था, दैट्स इट। फिर वो जब पानी यहाँ पे दिखना शुरू हुआ था, उसके बाद फिर मेडिटेशन करते करते फिर आई स्टार्टेड फीलिंग कि जैसे कि वो वाटर मुझे हील कर रहा है, तो सारा फिर वो गर्म से पूरा फिर नॉर्मल, मैं कोल्ड होना शुरू हो गई, नॉर्मल हो गई थी बाय द एंड। बाकी तो कुछ नहीं था, स्प्लैशेस ऑफ ब्लू कलर्स ही दिखाई दे रहे थे,
How did
और
it
कुछ
change after you got the light in?
आई कुड सी वाइट पेंटेड लाइट दिख रही थी पूरी, इट वॉज टू वाइट, कोई लाइट फॉर्म नहीं, इट वॉज, जब भी मैं कुछ देखा था ब्लॉक ऑफ वाइट, किसी ब्लॉक चौथा से बस वाइट ही वाइट है, इट इज सो पेंटेड वाइट, इट इज नॉट कि कोई लाइट काइंड ऑफ वाइट हो, वाइट इज अ वाइट। फिर उस पूरा कवर्ड थे, फिर उसमें पूरा ऊपर से नीचे तक वो भी सब वाइट, ऐसा लगता है मैं पूरा पेंट हो जा रही हूँ, इट वॉज नॉट लाइट, सॉफ्ट लाइट, मतलब पेंट, वही हर चीज मुझे ना लिक्विड फॉर्म में ही दिख रही थी,
Okay.
बीइंग, बाकी तो ठीक था, उसके बाद नॉर्मली चला गया, नथिंग।
Okay, yeah.
अरे
Pallavi?
मैं भूल रही हूँ, पता नहीं।
Yeah. So, see, so throat chakra, as much as it is about your expression and speaking your truth, it is also about accommodating others' truth and letting them express their truth. So, against the popular belief that it is only about expression, it is also about understanding others' expression. And for the fact that you saw blue all over, it is an indication that your throat chakra is overbalanced, meaning that you are too stuck to a particular perspective. Like, if I have defined this is the truth, the whole world should accept that that is the truth. So I will not
Okay.
change my perspective, but others should, sign up for my perspective only. So that is why you felt that rigidity and blue belt, almost a blue belt around your throat, and why, sorry, around your neck. And why water? Anyone can guess why water? You've been doing meditations with us. It is to do with one of the chakras.
Sacral emotions,
Yes, and what does sacral do? What does it give you? Which kind of identity?
sexuality,
Balance emotions,
Sorry?
balancing your emotions.
Emotional identity, and also about your creative expression. So what happens is your sacral chakra and your throat chakra, they work hand in hand. So at sacral chakra, the emotions are created, and at your using your throat chakra, those are expressed. Creative ideas are generated at sacral chakra and they are expressed through your throat chakra. Now, throat chakra doesn't only mean the verbal expression of it. It can be anything, the written expression, through painting, through any art form. Okay, and now when it is overpowered, that means that, and you are seeing liquid at your throat chakra, that means that your emotions are driving your expressions, not in a balanced way, but in a little overpowering way.
okay,
Okay, so what you need to do is to balance that, is to practice accommodating others' views also. Just observe, to start with, just observe if you feel that there is just direct yes and no, there is no gray area when you are expressing, there is no other perspective, there is no other way you view the world from. एक मेरा vision set हो गया है, I will see the world from the same perspective. Is that what is happening with you?
okay,
So there can be other views to the world also. There could be a same situation. You know that elephant story, right? 8 blind people are trying to understand elephant. Some person goes and touches the tail of it. Some person goes and touches the feet. And everyone feels that that's the definition of elephant. because they are not able to see others' perspective. That is what is happening with you, perhaps, and it's a good idea to give it a thought. Where, in what all areas do you feel, or do you see yourself being too attached to your views only, or your expressions of truth only?
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, Suparna, anything to add? Okay, anyone else who wants to go next? Thank you, Sugandha.
Thank you.
No?
Yeah, I
One?
will go with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think since the beginning, I saw the liquid kind of purple color here. It just flowed till my throat, and there one light ball which started spinning. Throughout the session, it was just spinning in the like in the shape of like it has its own axis and it is just spinning all over that place. And it was bright enough. It was blue in color, and with this was happening continuously, like non-stop. And I didn't feel any of the lump over there, no pain, nothing. I was just literally enjoying the meditation today. And also I could recall few things, because I think for 6 years I was not speaking much. I was just thinking and suppressing many more things inside, and that was having a lot of trouble with me. And in 2022, all of a sudden, I don't know why, I got a lot of throat infection, lungs infection. For no reason, I took a lot of like treatments, antibiotics. ये सब कुछ काम नहीं किया. So I was like exhausted at one point. Like I spent a lot of money, and it was quite long duration, like 8 months or 9 months. I was suffering. Few said it's asthma. It was not diagnosed in a better way. So later I was like exhausted. I will leave all of these things now. Bas ho gaya abhi. So at that time, I consulted one guru. He suggested me to wear kyanite. By then, I started wearing it. Within a few days, everything was normal. Like everything was very painful inside for me for a long time, like maybe 8 or 9 months. That phase was running in my mind continuously. Like I could sense that pain I was going through, and suddenly, all of a sudden, everything got stopped. I felt that there was some blockage inside that got cleared or maybe healed, kind of, because I was holding lot many things since the childhood, like maybe you're not good enough or what all the things. I literally forgot that I'm very good at writing the poems in my mother tongue, and all of that I did all of that in the next year. Like after healing from that, I started writing it again. I expressed it at one platform, and I got a lot of appreciation over there, and I was like, this phase, I was just visualizing everything of this in the throughout this meditation. And I just saw um Shiva, his throat. We call him Neela Kantha. So that visual came to my mind. And after that, it was beautiful. I could see all those planetary things rotating, and the same thing is happening. I also felt that somewhere physically वो sensation भी हो रहा था मुझे. I could sense that. And after that, I visualized that wherever I have wasted my energy, too many expressing too many things, और not expressing at all, वो सारी जगह से मैंने power वापस ले रही हूँ, kind of thing. All the light came back and it just entered into my throat, kind of visualization I came across, because I felt like अभी वो कुछ पेन नहीं लग रहा है. What all the painful phases, वो सब एक बार माइंड में चल रहा है, but I'm feeling that was a phase and it just happened, and I'm totally absolutely doing well now. ऐसा feeling आ गया, and I think this was the best meditation. uh, I could sense that मुझे पहले बात करने के लिए बहुत तकलीफ हो रहा था. Like maybe 4 5 years I was struggling a lot to even talk normally. नॉर्मल बात करने के लिए भी बहुत सोचती थी मैं. आफ्टर अ वाइल धीरे धीरे मैं इतना बोलने लगी, कहाँ पे स्टॉप करना है, I was not knowing that, because I want to express. I don't bothered about whether they are listening it or not. I just, because I got an opportunity, I got a friend, or my husband is free now, I should speak to him. ऐसा चल रहा था. तो धीरे धीरे अभी मुझे सब समझ में आ रहा है. So I should stop here. This is my boundary. I need to express it in a short words, in a better way. How to communicate it. ये सब धीरे धीरे वो it was coming into my mind. And before this meditation I was conversing casually. वो सारे perception क्या है, what actually that conversation was, what universe was trying to tell me, ये सब perspective में गई थी थोड़ा सा. So these all things came in overall way. This is what I could just recall everything by this. And anyways, I'm very grateful for this. I literally enjoyed this throughout the meditation. It was all blue and it was nice. I enjoyed. Yeah.
Okay, Soumya, very interesting observations, I would say, and it so relates to your case in particular. Now, see, what is happening is, as I told in the beginning or sometimes back, that your throat chakra and your sacral chakra, they work hand in hand. Okay. Now, what is happening is your sacral chakra is underbalanced. It needs a lot of energy, and your throat chakra is compensating for that by working extra. That's how you are seeing that spin. Okay. Now each chakra is either feminine and masculine. That's another concept, but just to cover it very shortly, your sacral chakra is feminine, as in the creativity just flows, right? It's intuitive. But when it comes to expression, you will give it some structure. For example, if I have some storyline in my mind, it's very fluid. But if I have to put it on the paper, I will have to give it some structure. That happens in the masculine form because masculinity is all about giving it a structure. Now, what is happening is, since your emotions are compromised, you are getting into extra structures. That is how you are behind learning so many things. I will analyze this. I will see why did I get this vision? I will see what all things I can study more. I will see how many, different puzzle blocks I can put together and form a picture. So your throat chakra right now is overbalanced, as you said, because you're overexpressing. Of course, it is to compensate your earlier suppression as well. That is true. But again, it is not in the balanced state. It is not how it should be. It has gone to the overbalanced state now because that expression and that need to be, logical all the time, to put reasons behind, to trying to search those reasons behind whatever is happening, trying to control the happenings in the life, like you wanting a structured life, and this is 1 2 3 4 5, this is how my life should look like going further. That is where you are right now. And see, again, that is indicating that all your upper chakras are overbalanced and your lower chakras are underbalanced. So as much as as in you had good visions, you had good insights through this meditation, your work area still remains your lower chakras. So very quickly, the solution to balance your throat chakra is actually working on your sacral chakra. The moment it starts getting the power, the energy, your throat chakra will automatically calm down. It will be like, relax. ठीक है, मेरा emotional ठीक है, मेरी creativity अभी flow हो रही है. Now I can relax and let go of that need to have that structure all the time.
Okay.
Yeah. So work on the sacral chakra, root chakra.
Sure.
To get your overbalanced chakra thoda niche, to tune it little down.
Okay.
Make sense?
Sure. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Harshita.
Color wise, I started to, I saw everything in green color. Green chal raha tha, plants and trees and green, everything was green. And flowy tha, matlab it was like airy, kind of some cloud type ka rehta hai, वैसे. और बाकी memories as in like पिछले 10-15 साल की whatever the kind of memories we were asked to think of, वही आ रही थी. And clear था बहुत memories की, कहाँ बोलना था, कहाँ नहीं बोलना था, कहाँ angry थे, unnecessary, all those things were very clear. And light वाला जो process था वो proper हुआ, काफी smooth था कि like white light flowed properly. And after that जब दोबारा visualize किया, then everything was like a purple color. I couldn't see anything blue. It was just naturally purplish color later on. And जब तक खत्म होते होते I saw a dancing peacock in this place. This is पूरा feather खुल के, a dancing peacock that was like last minute while we were closing it. That's it.
Okay. At the beginning, you're speaking about thyroid. What were your thyroid readings? Like, what were the findings? You have thyroid?
First पहली बार diagnosed हुआ था, but it was like 7 something, 7, 8 ऐसा कुछ है.
I don't know the normal ranges. So you do have thyroid problem?
Starting point, but I will have, but अभी उन्होंने कुछ some yoga and all some बोले हैं वो सब कर रहे हैं तो probably मतलब medications नहीं दिया उन्होंने कुछ अपने आप ही workout.
Thyroid कहाँ पे होता है gland?
वो मैं उतना मैं बैकग्राउंड में सोच चुकी थी पहले भी जब बिफोर दिस मेडिटेशन कि हाँ सब यहीं से शुरू हो रहा है.
You know the meaning of your own visions, right, Harshita? So your throat chakra is blocked, okay, coupled with a lot of anger at your heart chakra. So even if you saw green, your throat chakra is blocked with a lot of anger. Even if it is originated at heart, what is it doing? It is blocking your expression. So maybe you are into saying a lot of yeses, even at the places where you want to say no. You know, one of the indication that your throat chakra is balanced is to be able to say yes and no as per your will, not as per anyone else's will. That is missing. Another thing is expression and having fun. Maybe you are being too serious in life, taking all the responsibilities. So the peacock is telling you to loosen up, dance a little, enjoy the rain, smell the flowers. You know, that will relax you a little and it will let the anger subside and heal your throat chakra. What is happening right now is because you're being too serious, you're not being your true self. You're not speaking your truth, the term that we used in the meditation. So that is something that you need to look at. And I don't want to get into the debate around cervical cancer vaccine because there is a lot of discussion around it. But without getting into it, interestingly, see, now we are talking about cancer, which is the physical manifestation of suppressed anger. And you were talking about cervical cancer. The place is root chakra, your very existence. That is what is, concerning you right now. Okay, so treating your anger issues are not only important for your throat chakra, it is important for your physical well-being. I would look into that situation or whatever you are getting guided to the vaccine. From the spiritual perspective, if you ask us, this is what our reading is. Of course, you can go by, taking vaccine, not taking vaccine. Spiritual part of it is that you need to process your anger. Cool? Yes. Thanks, Arshad. Parul. Parul is lost in some thoughts today.
So interestingly, what you spoke to everybody, some part of it related to me, and I was realizing it's almost like, a mix of what everybody's spoken. So when the meditation started, the first thing, by the way, I felt this urge to write my observations today, and this also figured in the meditation. So when we started, the first thing I felt was like the throat is pregnant. The word pregnant came over, the throat is pregnant. And again, I saw it blue and it seemed watery. The pregnancy maybe water bag hota hai, so it felt blue fluid. The next thing that arose while Sparna was guiding was the journals. And I have tons of it. I have papers. I have these. Wherever I sit in my house, there are clipboards, papers, pens strewn about. And one of the meditations with you, I think it was the letting go wala meditation, where you had guided that, you should journal, emotional journaling, and you should write. I had been guided about it by many people, and I knew when it had got blocked. I wasn't able to open it, but after that, for some reason, it just started flowing, and I started writing a lot. So I saw all journals. When she asked, when have you held back? Matlab, to 250 million bar held back. कोई गिनती ही नहीं, but I recall the first incident when I held back, and that was from a very young age. 1.5 साल, I was 1.5 years old, and I remember it was very significant for me. Um, we were at a zoo, and my father had thrown my bottle in a white tiger cage, and he actually didn't throw it. He held it back, पीछे छुपा लिया, तो ऐसे फेंक के और छुपा लिया, and he said, "Bottle तो white tiger ले गया." And even at that age, I remember कि मुझे लगा नहीं bottle इनके पास है पीछे, white tiger ने नहीं ली, because I didn't see the bottle flying. He made that action and पीछे है, but I kept quiet. And this incident, it just stayed with me. मुझे हमेशा वो एक बीज की तरह लगता रहा. When I was in class 7th or 8th, somebody was in our house and my mother was talking to them, and I overheard her saying कि पारुल की bottle कैसे छुड़वाई. कि पारुल was very attached to the milk bottle, and हम जू में गए थे तो कहा व्हाइट टाइगर ले गया है और ये इतनी भोली है. शाम को हमने इसी से पूछा कि अब दूध कैसे पिएगी पारुल, बॉटल तो व्हाइट टाइगर ले गया. तो खुद ही इसने बोला कि तो फिर ग्लास में दे दो और पी लिया. And when I heard it, I just stopped in my tracks and I felt, shit, this is true. ये मतलब सपने में आता था, अंदर लगता था ऐसे जैसे कुछ ठीक नहीं है, कुछ ठीक नहीं, there's something not right. That was the first time I think I held back, and I feel that has defined my life completely. In fact, the root of my illness and everything, I almost felt, it was that time when I held back, when I should have said my truth. I didn't. And when I analyzed कि क्यों नहीं बोला earlier, when this memory I had thought about, because I just felt that they will not agree, they will not accept it, I will not be heard. And somewhere between deciding whether जो मुझे लग रहा है वो ठीक है versus are my parents lying to me, are my parents wrong, I decided something's not right with me. And I kept trying to fulfill that gap. So that is one. Betul ka zoo hai, and there's this just vision of stupid white tiger cage and everything. When you were authentic, Suparna asked, and again, the first time that I was authentic was in December of 2022. I'd refused a biopsy, so I was in the hospital, very sick, and I felt my body telling me कि अब कोई और सुई नहीं जानी है, अंदर enough medication, सुइयां ये वो हो गया है, इसमें मुझे छोड़ दो, मुझे घर भेज दो, I'll be fine. And against medical advice, I refused a biopsy, and I stood up against everybody, my husband and the doctor and his team and all. And in hindsight, turned out to be a very wise and a very good decision. And it also reassured my faith ki sunni hai apni sunni hai. You have to, it's a good thing. After that, the light was white and the blue color lightened. And there was intense peace. I felt very sleepy after that. I also had a vision of a caricature, a newborn baby in front. I was putting something on my website today morning. तो वो एक picture ढूंढ रही थी मैं of a newborn baby, और वही वाला भी दिखाई दिया, तो मैंने कहा अच्छा pregnancy delivery हो गया, अच्छा. I felt very sleepy towards the end. Everything felt okay, like it just felt okay. सब ठीक है, okay है. That was all.
Okay. Parul, you're so heavily pregnant with the ideas, you should write a book. Nothing. You should write a book, you should write blogs. That is what is, you're being guided towards that. All the expression, all your journey, if you see, if you connect the dots back, you've had your own journey of getting sick and getting healed, not only physically, otherwise also, I'm saying. And now it is time that you express what you truly are. And you're gifted with the words, with writing skills. So I really feel that it is an indication that ideas are there and it is really time to deliver that baby, as you saw it yourself. Correct? So I think that is it from me. There is nothing more to add. I would like to hear from Suparna about your memory at 1.5 years age.
Around that age.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So interesting, because very rarely that we recollect memories from that young age, unless and until it has really, really, really given something like like you said, it is not very easy for any child to just recollect memories from that age group easily, unless and until, yes, it has impression was so deep. Of course,
It
in your
never went
case.
away. I always had that seed inside. When I overheard, I was like, हाँ मतलब ये सच है. ये
So
हुआ
if
था
you
because
look at exactly, so it, you know, like especially with when I work with the subconscious and uh, with people, it's like we don't have that recollection ability to recollect everything. But were we not taking stock of things and not keeping them, that's a different thing. So the linkages, we don't really realize the linkages from a conscious mind to a subconscious mind, but this has everything. So this has everything right from your womb memory to till date. Like when I say everything, I mean everything. It's like everything that you're hearing around you being said to you, or you overhearing conversations, things happening. So it's like a reel, it's like a movie being recorded, like all the time, even when you're asleep. So when we bring those things, now it's like, when this little thing that you have or always had till the time this happened, that you got to know that this was real. Because we know it is so interesting when you were saying that this is yeah, it just shifted your screen upside down.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
sorry.
fine now.
I missed the last, I think, 15 seconds.
Okay, so what I'm saying is that when you look at the memory and how you were saying this, you absolutely knew what happened as a young child, right? Now, for a 1.5 or a 2-year-old or a 5-year-old, it is not safe to have any kind of contradiction with an authority who is responsible for their own survival. Absolutely not, because for the mind, it's not about the relationship. I'm just saying that whoever the caregiver, caretaker was in those years for anybody, any of you, it's just that we hold back because one, we think, or the brain thinks it that way, that, oh my God, if I do this, will I be fed and taken care of? So better not do that. It's not wise. Second is that it's almost always the case that young children, 0 to 7, no matter what is happening around them with them, they always and always and always blame themselves. So it's not about mom and dad fighting in the other room. Like, I may be a very bad daughter. There is no reason, absolutely no reason, and no logic. Of course, as adults, we say, no, it's not your fault. No, or if somebody's getting divorced, like, no, it's not your fault that we're getting separated or divorced or anything. But for the child, it is them. They just take it on themselves. One, because they have no logical brain fully developed by that age. They cannot reason. So it's like we just kind of take things in like a sponge and just keep taking in till the time there comes a point in your lifetime that is like, okay, so it was not that I was fooled. And while you were saying that, my son used to have pacifier, and it's like, and I did something like that with him. Not saying that like I'm throwing it away or something. There was this, we were in a jungle safari and there was this baby monkey which got literally separated because of our car. So the mother went this side and the little baby was on the other side, and it was crying. So I looked at my son, he was 1.5, 2 years old, and the baby is crying. So I said, do you want to give this to to the baby monkey? He said he just took it off, and I used to keep it in a ribbon around his neck because he's like do it this every time. So he just took it off, and we did the same thing that like your mom and dad did. It's like, okay, we have given it to the baby. So when you were saying, it was like so hard hitting to me also. Like, okay, I've done this myself. But yes, it's like it is important to let these parts of us reconcile and let go of, because it is nobody's fault.
Yeah.
But not recognizing in that moment that yes, I just held back, I suppressed myself, and right now in this meditation, if this memory is coming, then it held so much importance to you. It's so important. So probably just write about it and just let it go, let it out of your system, because uh, like adults do a lot of things with kids, which is
All the time, all the time.
yeah,
And I realize, it's unless somebody is awakened and conscious, which is less than probably 0.001% of the population, uh, we tend to do, these are such small and simple things. Uh, the impact that they have, it's staggering when we
yeah,
realize it. And I realize, it's very energy efficient. I mean, किसी बच्चे को ये नहीं करने देना, कुछ भी एक चीज बोल के डरा दिया, ये करोगे तो ये हो जाएगा, the smallest of things, you get your job done. So the job was done. Apparently I wasn't
yeah,
leaving the bottle, and it happened within 1 day. और जवाब भी मेरे से ही मांगा, और वो भी apparently मैंने ही दे दिया कि अच्छा वो ले गया है तो फिर बॉटल दे, मतलब ग्लास में पी लूंगी, और पी भी लिया, उस दिन से ग्लास में पीना शुरू कर दिया. I mean, it's a very small routine thing, but I mean, I realized it started a pattern of me doubting myself, not trusting myself, and compensating, doing very well externally to compensate for something's not right with me, and to be loved, to be accepted, like you said, to be saved, to be fed.
yeah, yeah.
Literally, I mean, living in a survival mindset for 40 years, and continuing to gain externally, and continuing to somewhere hide that shame, that deepest, darkest secret ki as much as you're shining, dazzling externally, andar kuch theek nahi hai. I had this very deep feeling. And I mean, when I realized, it was like the princess and the pea, कि वो 20 mattresses लगा लिए ऊपर, finally जब diagnosis हुआ तो वो मटर का दाना निकला कि अच्छा ये था. And a lot of anger. Pallavi mentioned about anger. I think she mentioned with Soumya and someone. So a lot of it last year, came out and got expressed verbally when I used to be alone or with my husband and all. And after that, I realized peaceful ho gaya. It's become peaceful. I understand how things were, why they were like that, how it's nobody's fault, how it was just the way things were, and how it finally brought me authenticity, and it finally brought me peace. So it's okay. Um, like, just everything's okay. It's all sorted. Okay.
So I'll just leave you because I'm just saying this not based on today's discussion, but overall, whatever conversations we've had in the past. Uh, Oftentimes, when we start walking on the path that we're walking on, we start discounting a lot of things which are happening with us around us or have happened with us around us. That's the tendency, because that's much more easier than facing it and dealing with it. And a lot of us get into this kind of pseudo neutrality. So just becoming a little more aware of if this is what I really, really, truly feel within myself, or this is how I would like it to be, because there's a very fine line there, and we often get uh, inclined towards that this is how it should be, because
Yeah.
like I shouldn't get angry because I'm a spiritual, because I do meditations. I shouldn't say, we just have these weird ideas about spirituality uh, because of what we see around. Parshuram was he got so angry, he was highly spiritual. So there is this no defined uh, framework that this is what it is or this is what it is not. It is about being true to whatever is happening and respecting that more than anything else, more than any idea, opinion, beliefs, perspectives. Just being in that truth that, yeah, this is what is agitating me right now in this moment, because it is healthy. It's just like the emotions which are coming up within ourselves, they are valid. We have been told they aren't valid, like all are not. So some set of emotions are not to be felt or not to be expressed, but that's not true. It's like experience the full range of the whole spectrum is to be experienced. That's the reason why we are here. So the right and the wrong can be sidelined for one moment and just be in the experience of it, because to fully and completely heal, it is important to feel. And
Very, very
that's
important.
that's what regulates your nervous system also eventually. I mean, it's like, it's
That
helpful.
is what you finally, I think, weed out the illness. Because last year I had this, and this was about a year into my diagnosis. 6 months ke baad treatment band ho gaya tha. Again, I had chosen to end it. Um, and this was exactly my confusion. Ki main meditation, I'm meditating 3-4 hours a day, sitting, despite arthritis, despite everything. And all that's happening is that the anger is going up and up and up. My mouth is getting more and more and more foul. I am crying. The howling is getting louder and louder. I'm using words and expressions. And finally, I had this moment, since you mentioned, rage was burning me. Like, I was literally writhing in rage. I had severe arthritis at that time and a lot of other things. And I just asked my husband to leave because with him present, I was continuing to get more and more foul and the rage was just rising. He was scared to leave me alone at that time because I was very angry. I was livid. And when he left, I had this vision, a grassy patch, Kali ka blade was there. I picked it up and I beheaded 1, 2, 3, 4, and finally beheaded myself. And I held my own head in my hand and I was dancing and I saw myself from the back. And immediately I was like, shit, ye maine kya kiya? And there was intense peace. This was a very turning point for me. I didn't share it with anybody because I was very, oh shit, I mean, who does this? Who does this to your own loved ones? And what is this?
Yeah.
Um, uh, Somebody happened to speak to me 2 months after this incident. And this was when the arthritis started dissolving, when the joint pains started getting low and everything. And she mentioned about Chinnamasta. This is one of the Dasha Mahavidyas.
Yes,
And
yes. It's a beautiful temple in Kanpur also. It only opens 2 days in a year.
I'd never known
Mm.
about Chinnamasta, never seen. And when I saw the picture on Google, because then I
Yeah,
Googled it,
it is that. Yeah.
and I realized I was in that posture exactly, with blood spotting, with the Kali scimitar, the blade, and
Yeah, yeah.
even the weapon was the same. And that beheaded everybody, and last me beheaded myself. And that is where peace began. So literally the rage and the foulness, of language, it got so bad that I thought I'm going to explode with this. And it was only when it got complete expression that it finally, it was like over its peak and it finally started settling down. So I understand what you're talking about, the pseudo neutrality, because the pseudo neutrality had been there for so long.
Yeah, yeah. And it's like nobody is really spared from all of these things. It's just about that gentle, beautiful awareness, which catches you in the tracks. It's like, what are you really doing? It's like just in those moments we're like, okay. So it's not about really like which emotion, what are we doing, and it's just about being in acceptance of it in
Allowing,
totality. Yeah, just allowing
allowing.
it to exist. It's okay. Because we have been brought up, and everybody has been brought up with those ideas that anger isn't good. Anger is simply a violation of your boundaries. That's when we get angry. It can be at any level: physical, emotional, mental. That's when we get angry, and it's a proper response of a mechanism which has been put in place.
It's there for a reason.
Yeah. If there is a joke and everybody's laughing and you're not laughing at that joke, you will be called dumb. As simple as that. Because you're not processing it. And it's the same with anger also. So if you can not do that part and this part, both are equally not good. Wow. I have visited that temple in Kanpur. It just opens for 2 days, the Chinnamastika. And I was really blessed and lucky. And I was young, probably 14, 15 years old. And I have been fasting on Navratris like ever since I was in class 5 or something. So it's been, uh, so I was there, coincidentally there, and I happened to see that. And I went with one of my cousins who is also a very from Devi disciple. So she said to me, because I was still young, so she said, don't get worried about what you see, because you will not see the mother's face on her head, and you'll see it on her hands. So she was like, just focus on her hands, so don't go into kahan par hai, kaise dikhega and all that. So yeah, Kali, anyways, like comes to you for your killing of the ego. There are actually many stories, like in the mythology around this, which is one is the Ida Pingala, which are the two other sets, and she's beheading the ego actually. So taking off the ego, which is the Sushumna, which is sitting very idle, and she just beheads that I don't want the ego now. And there are of course, there are other stories wherein she wants to feed uh, people with her blood. So because was dearth of food and supply, so she kind of cut herself and fed the devils. Yeah, lovely discussion. Okay, so we're through with the list. Yeah, Pallavi is very quietly listening. Everybody is.
Oh, I was listening. It was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ego part you said, and I was just correlating it with what Parul saw in that particular meditation. So maybe it was about letting go of your old identity, not only about your own identity with yourself, but the way you have built your relationships with others. So it was like literally a new start, after killing everyone, killing yourself. Now it was like rebirth of yourself and rebirth of all other relationships as well, which was needed. So amazing.
I actually feel that the old personality died, and fortunately, because of the significance of the diagnosis, it's like because of the treatments and everything, I had to be isolated. So this birth is happening in quite its, there's privacy where I can birth and now be whoever I want to be or whoever I feel I truly am. And I actually feel that, I, in the sense, the old I died, and this is a completely different person. In fact, I was reading something on past life regression, and I remember I was reading Dr. Brian Weiss's book, and I said something मेरे मुंह से निकला, हाँ मेरे को भी past life में ऐसे था. मैंने कहा past life में नहीं हुआ था यार, तुमको पिछले 5 साल पहले हुआ, तुम इसी लाइफ में थी. हमें 2-3 बार मैंने ऐसे बोला, मुझे भी past life में ये, मेरी भी past life. It actually feels like a past life, like 2022. वो मुंह से ही past life निकलता है, and it feels like a past life.
I use that often, really. In my previous life,
In my previous life, यही वाली है, 5 साल पहले.
Yeah, because it just so feels true that this is like a new avatar. Oh, lovely. Okay, so I think we can conclude today's session on this wonderful discussion. Pallavi, anything?
No, that's all.
Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today for the throat chakra meditation. So we will be going into a third eye and then the crown chakra in the coming weeks. And also we'll be coming up with some more news and information to share with you. So do join us and let us keep telling us your feedbacks, and do repeat if you would like to this meditation, or of course any other meditation. Thank you
और
so
स्मॉल
much.
रिमाइंडर, एक रिमाइंडर है तुम्हारे लिए, प्लीज मई आने वाला है.
We have the dates. We have the dates.
ऑलराइट, चलो.
All right. Okay. Bye-bye.
Also, just not a reminder, but an invite for next Friday. Please do not miss the meditation. It is Mahashivratri. And we have third eye chakra meditation. So it is going to be a wonderful
Synchronicity.
experience.
Yes.
And we have not planned it, okay? We have not planned it. It just happened. So please.
And it is Women's Day as well. So
Yeah.
it's like Ardhanarishwar in totality happening that day. So I think it's going to be wonderful.
All right.
Thank you. See you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye. Good night.